Okay, welcome back. We're going to continue on with our analysis of StockFetcher now. Now what we're going to do is a little different approach. So the first video on StockFetcher was about doing scans, and this one is going to be more about finding opportunities via relative strength. This is my personal favorite. This is what I do. And I don't say I won't do scans now and then, but I prefer the relative strength. Now we talked about one. Let's just review it here real quick. And it's actually a scan as well. Top Dog ETF's relative strength down here. If we click on this, it'll bring up the results. Okay, a whole bunch of them. 100 results. Why? Because we don't really have any technicals in there. So if we go to Customize over here, this shows the formula. Now, all this is saying is, first of all, you might even say, well, gosh, only 100, that's not that many. But I am scanning for ETFs. So show stocks where the market is an exchange-traded fund. You might want to change this to, and just take that out. And then it'll look for stocks. Personally, I prefer just to look for the exchange-traded funds. So I put that in there, and there's the formula for it, if you want it. And then for the comparative relative strength, there's your formula there. Again, you can change this number to be stronger if you want to. And we've got volume and we've got price. But you can add the technicals in here. Just copy and paste from the others for stochastic, mom, dad, 50 moving average, all that stuff. And then obviously you're going to create fewer results. Okay, so just wanted to point that out real quickly. Now, actually, let's go back to the home page here and show you a few other things that you can do with StockFetcher. So here's the home page, and there are some built-in screens right over here. Okay, so what you can do is there's 3 different kinds of screens: patterns, technical, and moves. And then you go here and choose your subset. So right now it's on patterns, and you can choose inside day, outside day, bullish hammer, ascending triangle, double bottom, cups, and handle. And so let's choose double bottom. Click on filter. It gives you the filter. This way you can add this to any that you want to. Okay. And then it brings up your stocks. Now this is your first 10 matches. If you click view results, it'll give you all of them. Okay. Technical. Again, the ones they have built in here are these. Or click on moves. And you got new highs, new lows, day gainers, day losers, gaps up, gaps down. So if you want to find gapping stocks, here you can do that. Now, in big volume and so forth. Let's choose gap up here because I want to show you something. So, okay, it shows you all these are gappers. Well, this is only the first 10 matches. So let's click on view results. Let's look at all the ones that gapped up. What you're going to find is we've got 1,850 that gapped. Okay, well, guess what? The SPY gapped, so the S&P gapped. That means a lot of stocks are going to gap, and they did. So you'll probably want to put in some extra filters beyond that. But, again, here is the formula that they are using. And for the gap. And so you can take this and combine it with some of the other formulas that I gave you to create a more specific gapping filter. Okay, what I call scans, they call filters. Alright, good. Let's scroll down here a little bit. Here's some information about StockFetcher, getting started, how does it work, user guide. There are forums, pretty active forums, like most forums, you know, mixed commentary. Most of it not too helpful, frankly, but anyway, people can be helpful as far as helping you with filters and formulas. So you can, if you need help with it, that's a good place to go for that. Technical, here they've got some formulas built in for you, Bollinger Bands. But again, I'll show you this. So let's say you want to look at some Bollinger Band stuff. Well, touch the upper Bollinger Band, 10 or 20. Touch the lower Bollinger Band, 10 or 20. That's the formula based on 10 bars or 20 bars. Or click on More, and you'll find that there's going to be a whole bunch more Bollinger Band formulas. And these are pre-made. So if you want to use one of these, near top, above top, you click on it, and there's your formula. And again, you can cut and paste that in with any others if you want to as well. So real easy to use. Fundamentals, it can scan for fundamentals as well. Sector, industry. Okay, more. Here's all your sectors. Click on aerospace. So again, you want to just look for some technicals within one sector. You add this sentence into your filter. So most of the stuff you can do with just cut and paste without having to know any you know, coding language, programming language. By the way, I don't get any, I just thought, you know, I'm talking about this so much, promoting it so much, I don't get any kickbacks on this or anything. There's no affiliate program. I just think it's a good program. Now, down here is your candlestick patterns. Okay, and there's a bunch more stuff here too, of course. I'm just trying to give you an outline. So here's candlestick patterns. So this is what I mentioned briefly. You could add candlestick patterns to your formulas as well. And again, go down here and click More. And they got a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch. I don't personally use them because, again, I'm not just looking for a cycle low with any one of these candlestick patterns. So, but it's kind of neat. And there's a bunch of stuff there you can look at as well. Okay, so that is just a little overview of all the powerful things in StockFetcher. Now, let's talk about relative strength. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to the home page, go back up here to sectors and industries. Click on this tab. This will bring up your sectors. What we want to do actually is go down here and click on View All Sectors, because this is not all of them. If you notice, in alphabetical order, it stops at H. So click on View All Sectors, and it'll add the rest. So these are all the sectors that it tracks. Now, it will give you the percentage change over the last day, week, month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Okay, and again, you can click on any of these. So this is one way of what this really is. In the manual, I talk about how you can do a couple of different approaches to relative strength. You can look for value plays, which is generally what I prefer to do, or you can look for growth plays. So growth play is more like looking for the best stock in the best industry and the best sector in the best index. And that's a good approach. You know, it's definitely a valid approach. It's just not what I tend to prefer, but there's certainly nothing wrong with it. And if that's what you want to do, you know, God bless you and the horse you rode in on. Go for it. and you can use StockFetcher for doing this. There's other websites that let you do this as well, but since we're focusing on StockFetcher, I just wanted to show you that this is much more than just a scanning program, but you can also go in through your sectors and drill down. It's often called drilling down. So we start with the sector, and let's say you want to go back 3 months. Of course, we've been in a very, very bearish market here. And what you can do is you can click on these tabs up here to sort. Okay, so they're all negative, but the least negative one is tobacco. Well, how about that? So now in tobacco there's 8. So what we're going to do is just click on, you can click on the plus sign here, and that brings up your industries. So there's 2 industries within the sector of tobacco. There's 8 stocks. 3 of those stocks happen to be in the industry of tobacco products other, and 5 of them happen to be directly in cigarettes. So now, as we look at this, which one is the strongest? So you're looking for the strongest and the strongest and the strongest, or in this case, I guess, the least weak. Okay, well, cigarettes is only down 0.64%, whereas tobacco products other is down 10.5%. So that's in the last month. But again, if we're going to go back and look at 3 months, then you would choose tobacco products other because that's down less. Just depends on what time frame you want to use. No right or wrong there. I tend to use more recent activity with relative strength stuff. I usually use 3 months. You get into 6 months and a year, things change a lot in 6 months to a year. So I'm looking for more recent change. 1 month would be fine. In fact, let's do 1 month. So we got cigarettes here. Okay, there's going to be 5 companies there, and there's our 5 companies. And we can hover over these and see a little pop-up chart. Get a quick little view of what each one looks like. Okay, obviously that one is the strongest, and as you look at the percentage change here, you'll see 5.11%. You also see volume, so that you're not trading something that has no volume. Of course, it's only trading at $3.70, so it's a very cheap stock. And then, so what you want to do then is just pull up these stocks and take a look at them and use our methodology to analyze the technicals and, find one to trade. Normally, though, what you're going to do is just put them into a watch list at this point. This type of approach to relative strength, you're not necessarily looking for something to buy right now. You're just doing a comparison of these different markets that you can put into a watch list. And then keep your eye on them, look at them every day or 2 or 3 until the opportunity comes when the timing is right to go ahead and buy something. And you can create watch lists right up here in StockFetcher, so you can actually go ahead and keep track of your watch lists right there. Now, another thing you can do is, other than just having the list of stocks here, they just added this as a new thing. Click on View Results as Charts. So then it'll actually bring up all 5 of those charts in a larger view, so you can get a good view and really see them. Okay. So that's pretty much it. If we looked at tobacco products other, see some very, very different stuff going on here. These have been going down. This one actually, from here in October, has been going up. Now it's in a consolidation period. So very, very different. Even though they're in the same sector, in the same industry, very different behavior. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for then the individual stock that is stronger than the others. That's exactly what you're looking for. But again, as far as entering, as far as taking a position, you have to wait until the technical setups occur. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes the markets run away and you just don't get a good entry. And that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep doing it, and you just take those when you are able to catch a good technical entry on them. And the rest, you just let them go. It's just like any other type of trading. You know, let the market make the market come to you. Don't chase it. If you don't get a good opportunity, let it go. Not for you. You don't have to catch every move. You're not going to anyway, so why even pretend? Okay, banking, of course, there's a bunch more industries within that. Utilities, again, quite a few more. And so that's how that works. And this is a good technique for relative strength. Again, this is finding not undervalued opportunities, but this is finding those that have relative strength in the sense of the ones that are already the strongest. And so it takes a little longer, takes a little time, not too much though. Like I say, you just add these into your watch list, but then just, like I say, put on your schedule to just look at them every once in a while. You especially, when this is going to take the most time for you as a swing trader, is when the S&P is lining up and starting to put in a cycle low. That's when you're going to take more time and look at all of these. And again, they're not all going to hit a cycle low on the same day. So within 2 or 3 days before, within 2 or 3 days after, it's as you got to be watching this. And as the market is coming into a position where it could be putting in a cycle low, you know, if you're getting a potential long setup, that's when those are the days you're going to have to spend some more time looking at these individual plays, looking for something that is stronger than the S&P, that is a stronger play. All right, that's it for this video. In the next one, we're going to continue our discussion of relative strength, but I'm going to show you a way of how to do it with charts that is very, very powerful. And this is a technique that I've been using now for quite a while. I love it, and I'm going to share it with you in just a few minutes.